It's too late to apologize. It's too late. And it is I'm your captain now.
The captain who took swimming lessons today.
I know, right?
Exactly. Look at me. I'm the captain now. It is Marco with your regular hosts, JK.
That's true. That's
Rolling?
so, just kidding.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I got it. What up, it's your boy JK Kimchi Poppy.
Wait. Wait.
No. Coming at you live from Echo Base. How y'all doing?
Tired and sleepy.
I hear you.
Welcome to Integrate Podcast. I'm your main host, Skyline. Okay, anyway, so I know you guys really wanted me to tell you guys how did I end up being a sugar baby story, so I'll tell you guys how it all happened, right?
Yeah.
So it all started when me and this friend, because she was my friend at first, she was going through like these like life issues, I guess you can kind of say. And one of the life issues that she was going through was a divorce with her husband at the time. And I try to accommodate her and try to help her navigate to like, you guys, because you guys know how I'm big on like try to fix things. You guys should try to resolve things, because I swear to God, the new dating market nowadays, it's like all they give a fuck about is like moving on to the next so quick. Not everyone wants to fix shit anymore. It's like, it's too much work and they'll just move on to something else, something easier. Especially when the next person's like a swipe away. So I try to get her to try to like fix things with her husband. But time after time after time, he was just being so hard-headed. He wouldn't communicate with her, and like, so he wouldn't compromise with any of the stuff. She basically filed for a divorce. She filed for a divorce, and then she still had other things that she still had to like kind of fix too as well, which is like things that is like very job related, and like she wanted to learn more like professionalism and stuff like that, because like I knew a bit more or a lot more about business in general in that field than she does. So she was just like staying around me, and one thing led to another, and then we end up being fuck buddies, I guess you can kind of say at first. And then she's the same girl who bought me the PS5. For those out here who follows me, I know you've seen that video of the PS5.
Must be nice.
So, and how that PS5 happened was it was a fucking joke, right? It was a joke at first, and then I told her after, because I felt so bad that she bought it for me, and the joke was that like she asked like, why don't I just get a PS5? And then I was telling her, it's like, well, my ex bought me this PS5. It's not like I really had any sentimental attachment to it. If I had like a PS5, I mean, like, of course I would like, upgrade and keep the PS5 and use it. But the PS4 Pro, which is what I had at the time, it does its job. And I only used it for Netflix and stuff like that. And as far as like video gaming goes, me and my friends, our schedules don't line up. So we don't really play video games anymore. So I was like, yeah, if I did. And then she looked at me, he's like, you still have some of that bitch's shit in this room? And I was like, wow. Well, I told you, if I had a PS5, I would get rid of it, but it does its job now. So then she surprised me with a PS5. And then I told her that's when I told her that, like, my ex didn't buy me the PS4. I bought it myself. I just told her, I said it as a joke. And then we kind of laughed about it. So she comes from an extremely wealthy family. Her family is fucking loaded, right? So when it comes to money, like, I never really asked or really cared about anything from her, but to her, she kind of just splurges it on like everything in life, not just me, as like a common habit, personality trait that she has. She doesn't really think much of money because she has abundance of it. So then it came to the TV, right? So I obviously, at the cost of being a sugar baby, I had to give sugar. So I had to give her the D a few times. When she wants it.
Equivalent exchange, right?
Yeah, it's an equivalent exchange, like Full Metal Alchemist. Mm-hmm. And the reason why we didn't like try to pursue a relationship was because of the fact that she was going through a divorce. And one thing led to another. She ended up giving him another chance, her husband, because I guess she has faith in humanity, gave him the benefit of the doubt and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. So we stopped. Well, okay, we somewhat slowed down what we were doing. I can't say we stopped. We slowed down what we were doing because she was still trying to feel it out. That like, is he really gonna change? And lo and behold, after 2 months later, he still went back to his habits. And his habit is that he's the short version of it is that he's a man child. That's the short version of it. Like he has no sense of like discipline at all. Like, such as even daily chores around the house to help her with. They don't even have a kid together. Not even that. But she's like raising him at the same time. And she has to cook and make food for not just herself, but himself as well. And she has to clean the bathroom that he uses too. Still has to clean the kitchenware. And his excuse was she was cooking and he ate the food and she asked for his help. And he said, yeah, but I didn't cook, you did.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wow.
Like, that's the type of man-child that she was dealing with.
Up, yeah.
And he's eating the food that she made for each other. Like, you know what I mean?
My comeback, you ate the food. So,
yeah. So I felt bad for her. I was like, well, maybe teach him some discipline, things like that. And so then it got to the TV, right? So how the TV goes is that I used to have this really, I wouldn't say old, but like this really big Samsung TV that didn't have a remote control to control it. And it used to have like this touch screen at the very bottom of the buttons, or touch buttons, I guess you can kind of say. But there was no backlight, so it was kind of dim or not on at all. So you kind of have to like take a light source to kind of put up against it to realize where the volume button is and the source button and things like that. So after, giving her sugar, she would get up sometimes and try to lower the volume or maybe raise the volume to the TV, and she just had to stand up butt naked and just stand in the middle of the room and then just try to fucking figure out the buttons that she's doing. And she comes from a wealthy family, so something like that annoyed the shit out of her. Things like that annoyed the shit out of her. So what she did was, or as some of you might have seen, was that I got this brand new Sony OLED TV, right? That that thing is like top of the line strong.
It's fucking amazing.
It's fucking it's on crack strong. Mm-hmm. It's fucking also really fucking expensive.
Very strong.
Strong, yeah. It's also very, very expensive. But I didn't really buy it. She bought it only because she was sick and tired of standing up butt naked to go change the volume on the TV. And of course, it's very pretty too, and the sound volume is fucking phenomenal. But the reason why me and her isn't dating is because that's the issue. Number one is that when we had some things going, she was going through a divorce, so relationship wasn't in our cards. Number two was because of the fact that she was going back to work things out with her husband, who didn't change. And now that that things are not working back out with her husband, and I'm still her sugar baby, I'm not her only sugar baby.
Wait, what?
I'm not her only sugar baby.
Damn.
So she has other sugar babies that she also likes to see too, as well. I'm in her words, I'm her favorite. I don't know what the fuck that means, but
sugar family going on.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
yeah.
she asked me that like one night that like, like I wouldn't mind if you were my husband, right? And I was like, what in a that like I was kind of taken back by it, and I was like,
that a rhetorical question?
And then I was like, and I told her that like, I mean, me and her, we get along really, really well, because once you take the pressure off of being a boyfriend and the responsibility, everything is so simple with me and her. But the thing is that like the moment she said that like, but I still want to kind of do what I'm doing now. She said it in that way, but in my mind is like, you still want to go around and still have your other sugar babies, but I'm the husband though. But you want to still see other guys, then why give me the title? Why would I want the title? Like, and that's the same concept of like, and she jumped like 10 steps ahead. It's like, wouldn't you want me to be your boyfriend first, and then we work our way up? And she goes, well, yeah, of course, but I still want to do what I'm doing. Like she like stuttered just like that. And then I was like, yeah, no, because my friends was wondering, like, hey, that's like a gold digger of you to be doing that. And I was like, here's the thing. If I would date her, I would. But I don't want to walk into an open relationship. Like I'm not okay with that. well, at least to me, I'm not comfortable. I mean, she keeps the other things about the other sugar babies, kind of quiet. So I like, so she doesn't really talk to me. So it doesn't bother me about it or talk to me about it. But I know of them because she told me about it. But I just don't want to like date someone or be in an E&M relationship. Yeah, and that's why I haven't dated her. So that's the story of
Jesus Christ.
of how I became a sugar baby.
So let me get this straight. She comes from a wealthy family.
Yeah.
Buys you things.
Yeah.
And you guys hook up.
Oh, she also beats me in the middle of it.
Oh, and she beats you in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you know what this means, right?
No.
Surprise, motherfucker.
She's your Christian Grey and you're Anastasia Steele.
Damn.
You triggered my
That's a
trap
hot
card.
That is a hot take.
She's aggressive, man. She's like, I have back scratches and
Christian
bruises.
Grey.
Yeah. She's your Christian Grey.
No whips or anything like that, but like, you know, or like me being like bondage, none of that crazy stuff.
Oh, sooner or later, your time will come.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's bending it a little bit. Like, she likes to wear these lingeries that is like really annoying to get to.
Well, one day we're gonna find Kay just like
Saran wrap.
no, not even saran wrap. He's gonna be like in leather like leather straps, leather straps.
Assless chaps.
Yeah, leather assless
forget-
chaps.
Uh-huh.
But Kay's gonna be strapped to the wall, like face to the wall, like this. Or he's gonna see his ass hanging out like this, shaped like a nux.
Don't
He'd
forget
be
my
like,
gag
"Oh,
ball. I got
guys,
it with
could I get some help?
with the gag ball?
Oh my god.
Yeah, one day we're gonna find Kay like that. We'll find him like we haven't seen him for days, and we'll be like, "What happened to Kay?" Like we'll get worried for you, and then we're gonna find you leather straps, assless chaps, just tied like to the wall like an X.
The funny thing is that like it would have been like, did you call his pimp?
That's wild, man. That's wild.
So, yeah,
Hey,
that's-
free TV and PS5.
Yeah, and that's basically the story of how I ended up being a sugar baby. So
And how you officially became Anastasia Steele.
yeah, Steve.
Dude, it sounds like she's collecting people, like freaking pets.
It's
like,
She's the
you're my new
collector.
No, I mean,
pet.
like-
Yeah, you're my new pet. You're my
she's
new
a
pet.
very like she was a very faithful girl towards him for a bit,
Yeah.
and the whole thing just kind of came out of like left field of all these other the other sugar babies. From what she told me was that they've been waiting for her to be single. So
Wow.
like they were just floating like a vulture, just waiting.
I can see why you're her favorite then, because you weren't waiting like a vulture.
Yeah, I was never waiting. Yeah,
That's
I know
why.
there's a lot of traits that I had that like or have that she likes more than the others. So the other ones that she's just feeling them out. She doesn't really know them so well.
So
Yeah.
she's into like polygamy. Not polygamy, but like open relationship, like multiple people.
I think she just wants to make sure before she even makes a decision that like this is the better guy.
That's interesting though. It's like
Yeah.
she's taste testing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, they put like 5 different types of beer in front of
She's
you.
wine
and she's-
testing.
Yeah, exactly. She's like,
She's taking.
this was a little too sour. Let me try
She's taking a flight of different drinks.
There you go. Yeah, just a flight right in front of you. She's tasting them all.
and meanwhile she's over there with fucking Pimp My Ride.
She,
I'm
she
a Pimp
tasted
My
the
Ride.
she tasted the Sapporo. I was like, yeah, I like this one.
I like
It's okay.
Rawr.
Oh, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
shit! Speaking about Sapporo, is there a drink you highly do not recommend people to try that you had maybe you had a bad experience with it? Maybe you I know you had the pickle thing, but like, do you know any drink?
Oh yeah, the pickleback.
Disgusting. Jesus
Uh,
It's
Christ.
gross.
Yeah, but like, is
I
there
can only
any like
imagine.
any drink, including alcohol, that you guys highly recommend people don't try because maybe you had a bad experience with it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the pickleback.
For me, it's moonshine, home brewed moonshine.
Oh, that's disgusting. Home brewed.
Yeah.
Forgot it.
Yeah, well, even moonshine in general isn't that great.
I can tolerate some good like manufactured moonshine, but homemade, like, ugh.
Yeah, it's really tricky to make, and people can get poisoned
Yep.
drinking it if it's made the wrong way. And there's a lot of cases of people like making home brewed moonshine right? The fucking recipe is online. You can look it up how to make it, right?
Yep.
And I've had some really, really alcohol poison experience with moonshine before.
That's why, huh?
And then and I'm telling you, my chest started tightening up. That to me, it felt like a near death experience. So if it's like not manufactured and got like, I don't know, approved by the FDA or something like that, at least that's who I think approves the alcohol. I don't fucking know, but like if it didn't came from a factory, right? I recommend you don't try any fucking moonshine. That's me.
Yeah, and to those listeners and viewers that don't know what a pickleback shot is, it's basically a shot of bourbon, or it's usually whiskey, but you could also do it with bourbon, and you chase it down with pickle juice right after. That's what a pickleback shot is.
Ugh.
That shit is gross.
It's like putting ketchup on rice.
Shit is gross.
Mine,
for me, that was instant vomit.
yeah, honestly, that sounds like instant vomit. Trust me. Yeah.
You vomited on a counter and left.
Oh, that's right.
That's the fucked up
no,
thing.
no, we're not on the counter. We were in a booth at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my
and
God.
as soon as I tasted that pickle juice, just the fucking vomit just came out, and like I tried holding it in, and then I vomited to my left, and then my friend was like there, but there was like a gap. But yeah, it was gross.
And then you still left it there.
Yeah, we left right after that because we had already paid for it, because we were done. Like we we ate it and stuff.
Yeah.
And before we left, someone bought a round of pickleback shots, and they already paid for it. So we were just gonna take the shot and leave. So yeah, I took the shot through.
Yeah.
I vomited, and then we left immediately right after
hightail
that.
it out of there, or did anyone see you throw up?
Yeah. Did you hightailed after?
Oh, of course I had.
Oh, okay.
This is like on a Sunday night, though. I think it was like on a Sunday night, so there weren't even that many people around.
Okay, good.
God,
Yeah,
so
just
that
get the
means
fuck
they
out of there.
But
they
yeah.
know it was him.
They know, but he left. So he can't.
that restaurant is on your blacklist. Like
Yeah.
you're blacklisted
It's
that
funny.
restaurant.
What's funny? I think that was the last time I went to that restaurant, but this was at an Assembly Row too.
Oh no, I go there often. Now
Yeah, no,
I
it's
can't
the
believe which one is it? I went to almost every bar there. Is it the one right in the middle in front of Lucky Strike? Please tell me. It's
No. It's where there's an ice cream shop, and then there's a
JP Licks. Yep.
so it's to the left of JP Licks in the corner.
Oh, that one. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of it. But they sell burgers there too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could buy
Johnny,
tacos.
Johnny
there.
Rocket?
No.
It's a really Earl's.
Yes, Earl's.
Yeah, Earl's.
Earl's.
Yeah.
That's it.
Earl's. If you're listening to this, I promise you, I won't bring him back.
Actually, no, that wasn't the last time. The last time I went to so this was 2015, 2016 that happened.
Yeah.
And then the last time I actually was there was in 2018, I think it was. 2019.
Different staff.
They probably forgot about you.
It's a high turnover rate in restaurants, so it's a different
Yeah.
staff now.
You're probably good.
It was funny. It was funny and gross at the same time, though.
So for me, it would have to be coffee pale ale. So here's the thing, right? So
The can one?
It's a can one. Yep.
Yeah.
So I have this thing where I go to Total Wine to try out new drinks that I haven't tried. So I got this little pack that you can mix and match 6 different beers.
I've seen that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I love pale ale and I love stouts. Right? I'm like, okay, this can't be too bad. It sounds really delicious. I try it. I took one sip, could not finish it. I was like, yeah. Because pale ale, it's already like strong. Not a lot of people can tolerate pale ale.
Yeah, that's true.
But adding coffee flavor to it, forget it. That was a fucking mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I've been improving, like, when it comes to my drinking. Like, I just want to put this out there because people think I drink every day. Look, I don't drink every day. I improve, and I drink every night. But
Yeah, there's a difference. Not during the day. He drinks at night.
What's that drum sound?
night.
yeah.
Anyways,
But one day I'll stop drinking for good. I'll just start
one
drinking
day,
for
but
evil.
it's not today. It's one day.
Oh man. Okay, let's move along. Okay. I'm pretty sure you guys do not know the definition of this one, so Marco, you're gonna have to look this up, right? Look up Urban Dictionary of beige flag.
beige flag.
So the
fuck is
question
that?
is, what is you guys' beige flag? First, it's one of the newer gens word that they created. I guess you can kind of say.
Like bussin'.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. So explain it to Jay.
So a beige flag is something that's neither good nor bad, but makes you pause for a minute when you notice it, and then just continue on.
So you know green flags, you know red flags. So what's you guys' beige flag?
Pause, think about it, and then move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just something that'll just make you ponder.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
And what if she has the nose of Jackie Chan?
Yeah, how?
How
Why
would you
do I
feel
get
if two-
boners when I go over a bridge?
What if she was
I
into
still
swimming?
don't know to this day.
so like, oh shit, that's a good question. Like
That is a really good question.
Yeah.
To be
The
I think,
honest.
boner
I
one,
think for
yeah.
me, I think no, it's not that one. I think for me, it would be like if a girl's too into her social media. Like I would pause, be like, this kind of might seem like it might be bad, like, because granted, I am on social media often, but most of the time it's mostly because I'm promoting the podcast and stuff like that. Most of the time I'm around my friends, and then I'm using social media comms such as the Facebook Messenger and Instagram Messenger to send memes and talk to my friends. I don't really like scroll through and dig and read through all the, and like I guess you can kind of say sightsee on it. But when I see girls are kind of like so drawn to it, like looking for a new good photo to display and thirst trap and things like that, for me, it's like I would kind of pause, think about it, and I would go. So that would be a beige flag for me. If a girl was so like too into her social media, that would be me. That's like a beige one. I'm okay
That's a
with
good
it,
one.
but it's just that like it's I don't know, like I might be okay with it, might not.
Just join. She has an OnlyFans. No,
No, that's a okay. An OnlyFans might be beige for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
That's
gonna
what
lie.
I was thinking when you
Yeah.
were saying it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's gotta.
I'm
be
not gonna lie.
OnlyFans
I mean,
or
like a
something.
girl, yeah. As long as she's like, just doing solo content, then I guess like that I would be fine with. But if she's like meeting up like Tyrone, and like he has like a 6 foot, like or maybe 6 foot's a lot. Okay, maybe like anything like above like an 8-inch, pipe, and then she's just doing it. Oh, it's just for the content, and stuff like that, and like that, I would, I'm not okay.
I'm
with
not
it.
cheating.
Like,
It's for
dude,
content.
it's like you need like a running head start just to fill in the gap.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know if she could even like if I could even please a girl if she goes past anything like above 8 inches. That's a beige flag for me. If it's solo content, you do OnlyFans. That's okay. That's
Yeah. So my beige flag, it kind of relates to yours. So when I'm with someone and I see a bunch of sex toys in their room, I get a little intimidated, right? Because let's say she has like a rainbow dragon dildo, right? How do you compete with that? You can't compete with a dragon dildo.
no, of course
That
not.
shit's like, that's more than 8 inches long. I'm talking 24 or more. It's like a fucking skyscraper.
Yeah, by the way, Bad Bunny, we're not sponsored by you. Oh, no, not Bad Bunny.
Bad
Bad
Bunny.
Dragon. Bad.
Oh, is that what the company's called? Okay. Yeah, think about it.
That's
like,
the company who makes it, right?
In your head, in your mind, you're like, okay, she used this. She used to use this, or she's still using it. How the fuck am I going to compete with a fucking dragon? You can't.
Yeah,
There's no way.
you can't.
Yeah.
And I was born the year of
Yeah.
the dragon.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them out there, man.
Two dragon
There's-
is too much.
Yeah. And then I pause and think, why a dragon?
Yeah. Why couldn't it be a bunny? Like the Bad Bunny mistake I just made.
I'd be like, don't you have any like 4 or 5 inch toys? No.
Bigger isn't always better.
Oh, man.
Actually, you know what's really funny? A
I'd
lot of
probably-
girls actually talked about that.
Not gonna lie, I'd probably just
No,
laugh and tell her like, how do you
Okay.
fit that thing?
Because a vaginal wall is about 3 and some change inches, right? And that's all you technically like need in order to kind of I guess like the amount of space that it would be decently good. That's the average vaginal wall, right? Right about there, right? So that right there is the sweet spot. So anything beyond that, so if you're bigger than that, most of the time, most girls complain that it hurts. Most girls do. Some do like it. Don't get me wrong. I've heard that, but I hear most girls complain that if it's too big, it hurts. I hear that a lot. And then it's
yeah. There's a video. There's a guy who pretty much saying that it's also a curse to be that big.
yeah, it is.
No
It
girl
is.
will want to
It's a gift
take
and a
it.
curse. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. it is. It is. That and you have to be careful because you don't want to like get that like text saying that like you broke your toy and then because you ripped her.
You broke your Kit Kat.
You guys remember that screenshot I sent to you guys that like I broke my toy? Yeah, you don't want to get that text and because it's too big and then you rip her damn vaginal wall and she's bleeding inside. She's out for like I think she was out for like almost 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
It's a pain for her and yourself, okay? But yeah, it is a curse. Okay.
Again, how do they fit that dragon in there?
I don't know.
It's
There's
one
a
of
lot
life's
of
many mysteries.
you can watch a video to it. Just to watch.
I guess, but like still, like that's
I don't-
fucking wild.
Would you we would
Oh.
How do you go to a sex shop, look at a fucking dragon dildo and buy it thinking, oh, this is great?
Because at some point they must have been fisted.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they went way beyond fisting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
Double fist.
Yeah, two fists.
Maybe I bet you it all started when a guy first fingered the girl and he realized that 2 finger wasn't really working.
So he was
So
all
he-
5.
Slowly, no, he just keeps adding more fingers. Then he realized maybe I should just do my fists. Because he keeps gradually upgrading when she was already imagine she was already happy at 2 fingers. Right? It's just a technique. He just couldn't get the technique down. So he just thought maybe if I increase the number it should work, right? And then went from fisting, like you said, to a dragon dildo. And that's
How's that even happen? That's crazy.
I'm thinking that's how it happened.
Yeah.
That, you know, like fisting to a bottle to a.
So it's like an RPG. She fought. She's a level 2 that fought a level 100.
I don't think it
Low
jumped that
100.
high. It has to be stretched out first. Not
Yeah,
that
that's
I'm
what
an
I'm saying.
expert.
You
And I wouldn't
gradually
really know this, but
upgraded
I'm not. None of us are medical professionals, by the way, or licensed therapists.
No.
So remember, ladies, if you ever had that curiosity to always buy a bad dragon, bad baby.
Mama.
There's probably one out there called the Charizard or something. I don't know.